What's going on, guys? Today I have a short first impressions video of the EMP EDC Nymble X. This is the Sheepsfoot version. And my goodness, does this camera angle suck. What's going on, guys? Today I have a short first impressions video of the EMP EDC Nymble X. Look at this guy. This guy is just freaking gorgeous. This is the Frag Pattern. This is what they call their tuxedo version. It's got a stone-washed Frag Pattern with a DLC coating on the blade here. Look at that. Just freaking gorgeous. Now, the action on this, when I first got it, wasn't quite as good as this, but it broke in really quick, and I'm going to blame that on the coating. So, first impressions. Just like the original Nymble, there is so many methods of deployment. Look at that. Just killing it. Oh, thumb flick stopped. So the detent is rather tough, right? So I can normally, like with my CKF fife, I can take my finger and roll it over there, and it's much easier with the fife. But as you can see, you can still do it. So the action on this is what you would remember from the original Nymble, and it's pretty awesome. But what you don't remember from the original Nymble was incredible ergonomics. Now, the ergonomics in the original Nymble felt actually really good for a smaller knife. But this thing, I compare this, and I will, to my Wii Malice, which is one of my favorite knives of all time. If you guys recently watched my video of top knives, it was on that list. And it was on that list for a reason. I freaking loved it. Well, this is kind of like a Malice, but thinner. So, bad comparison here, but all I have is the Spyderco Squeak. This is a tiny little slip joint. As you can see, let's see here. The slip joint is thinner, but not by much. This is a pretty thin knife. The blade stock, if I had to guess, is maybe 130 thousandths. It comes down to a relatively narrow behind the edge. I did have to strop it when I got it. It wasn't the sharpest out of the box. But I've carried it for a day, and I'm going to carry it for several more without skipping and jumping over to anything else I own because I love this much. So this appears to have an over-travel stop with a stainless steel insert. We do have a generic backspacer going on right here with the serial number on it. And it doesn't want to focus. Right there you got the backwards, whatever that is. The pocket clip is the pocket clip from the original Nymble, and it works just fine. In fact, I actually like it because look at where my fingers go on the deployment. I'm going to wrap around the pocket clip and then flick out. So that actually works out really nice. I didn't like this pocket clip at first, but I do now. I think it works really, really well. These look to be T8 screws all around. The pivot looks to be like a T8 too. The only ones that might be T6, I don't think they are the pocket clips. Right there. And yes, this is just a generic titanium frame lock. Oh, by the way, there's milling on the inside. Freaking awesome. A generic titanium frame lock that isn't generic. You have a ton of opening methods. This is a full-size knife, but not that large knife that most people are like, that's a little bit too big. This is like the perfect size, in my opinion. The Sheepsfoot style blade with this choked up position works out really, really well. And having cut down a couple boxes already, I can tell you, it feels really comfortable. This is a knife that I would put up against the Wii Esprit for one of the best EDCs I have ever felt, especially in a titanium frame lock for the price. I want to say these are coming in anywhere from $290 to $310-ish. Don't quote me on that. I think that's where it's at. But you got to remember, Johnny over at EMP EDC is kind of doing his own thing, so it's going to cost a little bit more. If this was manufactured by Wii, like as a normal Wii lineup, I think you would see this closer to the $240 range, maybe $260 with the way Wii is nowadays. And so it's not that much of a difference, and to support a guy who is, in my opinion, one of the best in the industry for customer service, interacting with people, and just overall being a good dude, I would do this all day, just like Curtis Blades. I said that I would support him because he's one of those dudes that treats people really, really well. And Johnny is no different. So when you're not choked up with this, it feels comfortable. I actually feel pretty good about what I'm doing here. But when you are choked up with this, guys, oh man, is it beastly. Sorry, I'm holding the tiny piece. I'm just not trying to cut myself. but it's slicing pretty damn well. And I didn't sharpen it, I just stropped it up just a little bit. I think I took it on some 10 and some 5 micron strops. So overall, my first impressions, sorry, camera bump. So overall, my first impressions, this knife is an A+, which is refreshing because I just did that Medford POS, and that was just garbage for the same price point. This has that was me. This has everything going for it that I think this could be one of the best knives ever made when it comes to a titanium frame lock for that price range. So EMP EDC, very well done. This will be in my pocket for some days to come, and you guys will get a full review on this hopefully in a week or so. Thanks for watching.